So this was balancing equation, completing and balancing the equation. In the question dimension, we have 0.015 moles of iodine. So we have 0.015 moles of iodine. We have 0.045 moles of chlorine. So we have 0.045 moles of chlorine to form 0.03 moles of a single product. So there is a product form which is having moles of 0.03. First, we'll take a simplest ratio because whenever we write the equation, the fraction should be in the simplest ratio. So to take the simplest ratio, what we do, we divide all of them by the smallest value, which is 0.015. This will be 0.015. This is also 0.015. So when we divide, this will be 1 here, this will be 3 here, and this will be 2. Now, after writing the moles, now we just have to complete the equation for that, as it is forming ICl, like iodine, a compound with iodine and chlorine. So if we write ICl, but the problem when we are writing an ICl, this equation is not balanced. Iodine is balanced, iodine is 2, but chlorine is 6 on the left hand side. So we have to make 6 chlorine on the right hand side. So means it's the compound formula should be ICl3. So it should be ICl, 2 molecules of ICl3, which will form this and make a balanced equation. Is it clear, this one? So the next question, complete the word equation ester plus water. What will be the product? You can use
Alcohol.
You can use mic, you can use chat or screen annotation to answer. So word equation, so it will be alcohol and carboxylic acid. The next, it is believed that the caves were formed by sulfuric acid reacting with the limestone. So complete equation, a word equation is there when calcium carbonate is reacting with sulfuric acid. As a result, it will form salt water and carbon dioxide. So it will form calcium sulfate plus water plus carbon dioxide. And the order is not important. Carbon dioxide you can write before and water afterward. It's the same thing, no difference. In question 61, hydrogen sulfide gas, which was escaping from a nearby petroleum deposit, being oxidized to sulfuric acid. So means the product which is formed is sulfuric acid. So what is the formula of sulfuric acid? It is H2SO4. And after writing H2SO4, you have to balance this equation as well. As we have 4 oxygen, sulfur is 1, hydrogen, so just put 2, oxygen is also balanced. The next one, complete the equation for ethanol, formula of ethanol plus carbon dioxide. This is fermentation. So it gives 2 molecules of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of ethanol. Ethanol is C2H5 and carbon dioxide is CO2. Predict the equation for decomposition. So this is a thermal decomposition. Whenever a metal hydroxide decompose, what are the products? Usually from
Water
calcium,
and metal oxide.
metal oxide. So sodium and potassium are stable to heat. So it will produce aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide formula should be correct. That should be Al2O3 plus H2O. Then the second part is balancing the equation. Use the coefficient to balance the equation. So aluminium, when you put 2, aluminium is 2, that's right. But what about oxygen? Hydrogen becomes 6 and oxygen is also 6. So how we can balance them? What number we should put? So we'll put 3. That will make 6 hydrogen. As you can see, this 2 is multiplied by 3, 6 oxygen are there and 6 hydrogen. So when you put 3 here, 3 multiplied by 2, 6 hydrogen and 3 here and 3. So there will be 6 oxygen. So this equation is now balanced in terms of all. Next one is a word equation you have to complete. And when aluminum nitrate from calcium till copper nitrates, when we heat, it will give metal oxide.
Aluminium and
Yeah.
nitrogen dioxide gas and
Aluminum oxide.
oxygen.
Yeah, aluminum oxide will be there plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. And the appearance, because nitrogen dioxide is a brown
Brown
gas,
gas.
so observation a brown gas appearance. In question 64, complete a word equation for reaction between ethanoic acid. Whenever like organic acid reacted with the metal, it will give, this we did yesterday session about the discussion. So if ethanoic acid react with metal, so it will form calcium ethanoate plus, because it's a metal plus acid, so salt and hydrogen will be there. So hydrogen will be one of the products. So calcium ethanoate plus hydrogen. Then the second one, acid is reacting with what substance to give us salt and water? So it cannot be metal here because otherwise it will be, if it was a metal, then hydrogen should be there. So it should be either a metal oxide or a metal hydroxide should be there. So zinc oxide is correct, or if you mention zinc hydroxide, that's also correct. So metal oxide, zinc oxide plus acid gives salt and water. So zinc ethanoate plus water will be the product. Write a symbolic equation for reaction between ethanoic acid and sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide is NaOH, ethanoic acid is CH3COH. So as a result, the simple rule to write these equation, just replace the, for a carboxylic acid, just replace the hydrogen with the metal. Like the sodium will take position of hydrogen, so it will form sodium ethanoate plus hydrogen plus water, because acid is reacting with a metal hydroxide, so it will form salt and water. So salt will be sodium ethanoate and H2O, the water is there. Then write a word equation for a reaction between zinc and water and state the reaction condition. What is the, not about reaction condition, this is a word equation. This you are writing a symbolic equation. The question is word equation. So in a word equation, we just have to mention zinc plus water
Zinc plus water gives zinc hydroxide.
plus hydrogen.
Yes, hydrogen.
So zinc plus water gives zinc hydroxide plus hydrogen will be the product.